What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr. coming to you on this Think Different Thursday. Y'all know what we do on Thursdays. We think differently as entrepreneurs, as men, we think differently. This week, y'all know what we've been focusing on all week long, the miseducation of manhood. Just be a man about it, and the mastery of manhood. That means being mature, being accountable, being nurturing, being natural. And then today, what we're going to talk about is the mastery of manhood. What do I mean when I say the mastery of manhood? But this is what we've been dealing with all week long. And I told you on Thursdays, we think differently. We think differently. We don't think like everybody else. We don't act like everybody else. We don't do things like everybody else. So that's what we are dealing with today. We're going to deal with the mastery of manhood. What is that? What is the mastery of manhood? Well, the mastery of manhood is exactly what I just talked about, what we've been talking about this week. Have you mastered being mature? Have you mastered being accountable? Have you mastered being nurturing, being natural? Do you have a true, clear understanding of what those characteristics mean? When somebody speaks about you, do they say that you're mature? Do they say that you're accountable? When do they say that you're nurturing? Are these words, or natural, are these words that folks will use to describe you? Will they say that, that so and so is a mature, he's a mature dude, he's a mature guy. He acts very mature. He knows how to act in certain situations. He's accountable. Yeah, he might have, messed up, but he held himself accountable, or he allows himself to be held accountable, and he holds other people accountable, because accountability is not just on you yourself, but it's also holding other people accountable too. And we as men have to be able to understand that, and walk in that as well. That's part of our power as well, the power of a man. It's about holding others accountable, other men accountable, other women accountable. And I'm going to hold the women, ladies accountable next week, fellas. So don't worry about it. I'm going for both of us, because this manhood thing, this womanhood thing, is nothing to be played with. And there's too many folks out here on social media platforms, and they're talking a whole bunch of nothing, and people are unfortunately listening to them because they're trying to sensationalize what they're doing. And here's the thing: when I hear people on social media and they talk about, well, in real life, like what they're doing on the internet isn't real, and they look at it as if it's some soap opera, some Tyler Perry show on TV like Sisters, and they're playing a role. This is, if you're on the internet, it's real life. Those folks on TV are acting. And if you are just acting, then y'all need to put that on your YouTube channel. These are characters that we're playing. And let's see how many followers or subscribers you get then. Yeah, I'm calling out all of those shows, wannabe shows, that when I call themselves this reality TV, which is no reality in it, when it's nothing but fake acting, and they'll put these titles on there to get people's attention so that they'll watch, and all they want to have is drama on there. Or give titles that have people going back and forth at each other, instead of really having topics and issues that can resolve and make people better. Yeah, I'm calling them all out. I'm calling the male shows out. I'm calling the female shows out next week as well. Even on Clubhouse, same thing. Just be a man about it. If that's what gets me about social media. And people not understanding the power of this media tool that we use. Be the same person, fellas, and this is to y'all this week. And I'll talk to the ladies next week when I talk about it. Fellas, like the title says, just be a man about it. Just be a man about it. Getting on social media and acting immature, not holding yourself accountable for your actions, or not holding your brother accountable for his action. You know, we got brothers out here calling women all kinds of names, and y'all know I ain't got to say them. And have this negative mindset and an ideal of what women are, who women are, and even the men too, even the other males as well. It's just such a negative mindset that a lot of folks are in. And we as men have to be careful of how we carry ourselves. Check your character. Check your character. As a man, check your character. And a real man is able to check his character because he'll understand that, yeah, I'm going to be mature. I don't have to be immature. Even if someone is immature towards me, I can hold myself accountable and I can hold others accountable. And then I can be nurturing and I can nurture or nurtured to and be nurturing and be natural. And when I say natural, as I talked about yesterday, it's being comfortable with who you are and not allowing society, not allowing your family or anybody else to control who you are, and being comfortable in it, being able to walk in it. And that's why I say the book you saw, The Power of a Man. It's about being able to walk in your faith. It's about being able to walk in your family, with your family, being responsible, being mature, being accountable with your family, being nurturing in your family as a man. And like I said, yes, men are nurturing. For someone to think that a man is not nurturing is immature. And that goes for whether it's a woman that believes it or a female that believes it or a male that believes it. Yes, we as men are nurturing, are nurturers. And I'm tired of hearing folks, when they talk about nurturing, they only talk about it in the respect of a woman. To that woman is nurturing. Yes, she is. Not saying that she isn't. But men are nurturing as well. And if you aren't nurturing, then you're not a man. And you're not walking in your power as a man. I don't care whether you have a child. I don't care whether you are a CEO, president, CEO of a company, a manager, supervisor, even a line level employee. There's an aspect of you that should be nurturing, because nurturing is nothing more than teaching, showing someone something that you have experience in. Think about it. Your parents teach you about life, or should be teaching you about life, that prepares you for life. Your teachers at school teach you, nurture you in whatever aspect of schooling that they're giving to you, whether it be English, math, history, whatever it is. They're nurturing. Teachers are nurturers. So you mean to tell me that a male teacher isn't nurturing? That what are you mastering as a man? What does your character look like? What does your integrity look like? As my good brother Dr. Donald Morton says, what's your character look like? Where's your integrity? What are people saying about you when you're not around? That's your character. That's your integrity. That's how you master manhood. It's by being the man that you are, no matter where you are, no matter what room you're in. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a CEO of a company, you should be the same in one room that you are in another room. Now, of course, you may have to have a true understanding of how to be able to, I don't say work a room, but be able to have conversations, have different conversations. But at the end of the day, you master being someone that people can relate to. That's what real men do. Real men master being able to have people relate to them. Real mastery of manhood is understanding who you are, your character, your personality, your integrity, and being who that is authentically, without any shadow of a doubt, without any question. The core of who you are, which is those like I said, those things that people will use to describe you when you're not around. That's your character. That's what you're mastering. That's what you should be mastering. And we're always learning. We should always be learning. But as we're learning, there should be a certain amount of maturity that we have in that learning. Someone who's 20 isn't going to have the maturity, or most times isn't going to have the maturity of someone that's 30 or 40 or even 50, because they haven't lived as much life as others. And there's not a true understanding. Have you lived your life, some life at 20? Absolutely. And you should have some sense of maturity at 20 years old, 21 years old. But it's understanding how mature are you versus someone who may be 35, who may be 45, who may be 55, 65. As a man, how mature are you? Check your character. Check your integrity. Have you mastered it? When people describe you, what are those fundamental, foundational characteristics that they describe you? How do they describe you? I want you to think about that on this Think Different Thursday. Told you, we not messing around with this. We're not playing around with this, because my mission, as I always say, is to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. And you can't do that if you don't check your character, if you don't check your integrity, if you do not master who you are as a person, as a man. Check your faith. Check who you are in your family. Check your finances. And check your legacy. What does it look like? What does all of that look like at the end of the day for you? This is a manhood thing, y'all. And manhood is not to be played with. Manhood is not something that is just a word. It's more than just words. It's action behind those words. It's giving voice to the words that you speak. Giving voice to the words you speak. Because you can say something all day, but if there's nothing behind it, people will just blow it off, and you just be like, you wasting your breath. And that's not what we do as men. So what are you mastering as a man? What does the mastery of manhood look like to you? Is it about, hey, I get to get as many women as I want. I got the fly car. I got the I got the floss. I got the jewelry. I got all of this. I got all that. I got the house. I got the car. All of those things. Did you have all that and still not master manhood? Because I know there's some folks that I could rattle off. They may be males, adult males, but are nowhere near the definition of manhood. Don't have a clue of how to master manhood. Don't have mastery of manhood is definitely not something that I would describe them as. Been around people like that, know people like that, try to avoid them. But we've got to be careful of this mastery thing. So are you mastering today? Master manhood. For my fellas out there. Like I said, what do I mean by mastering manhood? Master your faith. Master your family. Who are you to your family? What do you mean in the context of your family? Are you producing in your family? What aspect of your family do you produce in? What do you bring to the family dynamic? Have you mastered that? Your finances. Are your finances together? Do you have an insurance policy? Yeah, I said it. Do you have an insurance policy? Not just on you, but do you have an insurance policy on your family? Your children, if you have any. Your spouse, if you have one. That's mastery, y'all. That's what manhood mastery is. The mastery of manhood is about having those things. And then the future legacy. What legacy are you building? Who are you creating a legacy in? I'm going to say that again. Who are you creating a legacy in? That's mastery of manhood. It's every generation's responsibility to make it better for the next generation. If you don't, if you're not walking in manhood, you're not walking in womanhood. You have not mastered womanhood or manhood. Because that's what those that master manhood do. They take care of they walk in their faith. They walk in the knowing who they are within the family dynamic. They have an understanding of how their money works. They make their money work for them. They master their finances. And then they master their future, creating the legacy that they want to be able to create. That's how you master manhood. That's the mastery of manhood. I told y'all this week was not going to be, it's not going to be light. This is not for the lighthearted. And so there may be some folks who don't like what I have to say. But that's okay. Because I'm going to tell the truth because I want us to be better and do better. And the only way we do that is when you tell the truth. And you allow people to be able to see and understand what it is that you're saying and want them to do. Because you're going to be better, man. You're kicking and screaming by the end of this year than you were at the beginning of this year. So I got to give you some tough medicine in order for you to get better. Let's master manhood today. Master your character. Master your integrity. Master your mind. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you all coming on every day with me, listening to me, and hopefully the things that I'm saying are making a difference in how you see and how you see life, and give you these principles, these foundations to be able to use in your everyday life, in your personal life, your professional life, in order to be able to be better. So let's go. Think differently today on Thursday, and we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.